Many companies apply methods derived from Agile software development to improve customer experiences. Agile methodologies focus on breaking projects into smaller stages, then working in iterations to innovate and improve. Collaborating with customers and stakeholders to plan, execute, and evaluate effectiveness is key. Let's explore how global manufacturer 3M used Agile methods to transform its online ordering experience, and then applied the approach more broadly across the organization to drive customer-focused improvements. 3M makes thousands of products, generating over $30 billion in annual sales with operations in more than 50 countries. More than 1/3 of their total revenue goes through their B2B distribution website, making it one of the world's largest e-commerce platforms. When the company consolidated more than 1,000 legacy ERP systems into one global platform, they introduced changes to the customer-facing parts of the website. The changes were intended to make it easier to do business with the company and easier for employees to get their jobs done efficiently. But the initial rollout encountered some challenges. Satisfaction scores dropped as they moved from very customized experiences on each legacy website to one common experience for all product lines. Distributors expressed frustration with the various aspects of the website experience, but thanks to the hard work and creative thinking of teams closest to the project, these initial challenges were overcome. Satisfaction climbed by almost 30 points in the first year, which is equivalent to 3 points on a 0 to 10 scale, and they achieved a 60% reduction in page load times. The way the website team tackled the initial challenges provided a template for scaling the process across the organization. Early feedback after the rollout pointed to website speed as one likely area causing dissatisfaction. But to diagnose the root causes more closely, the team took 100 distributor responses and divided them up among 10 leaders, who each followed up directly with the distributors. They learned a lot more about what was needed from these conversations and met to prioritize the most important things to work on. There were 3 main themes, but the most important was related to website performance. It was taking about 8 seconds to render a page. While there were good technical reasons for this, it was clear from distributor feedback that this was too slow relative to user expectations. Solving this challenge became the first major improvement project. Technical teams came up with a new way of architecting the platform, which required a major investment and support from leadership. And it worked. As they made improvements to page load times, they could see the scores improving, and comments about the website being slow started to disappear. At this point, the person who had been leading the process started working on ways to scale the approach to more teams. They expanded the number of closed-loop follow-up calls by getting the operations teams involved. And as those conversations happened, they created an idea hopper where employees could capture ideas and suggestions. Teams met weekly to prioritize improvements for the technical teams to work on, based on what was most important to distributors. In Agile methodology, this prioritized list is usually called the backlog. Every month, satisfaction scores kept going up, and each month, the project team would summarize their progress for leadership, including what had been done so far and what was next in the queue. The beauty of engaging with customers directly is that the ideas in the backlog could come from anyone. While 3M's technical teams came up with the solution to improve page load times, some other enhancements originated directly from the distributors. One of those ideas involved simplifying the way pricing and discounts were displayed. Distributor pricing in almost any manufacturing business can get very complicated, with multiple types of discounts based on volume, special offers, accepting a truckload of material all at once, or other factors. This complexity can create confusion or misunderstanding. For example, some 3M distributors placed orders directly through an electronic data interchange rather than using the website interface. Before placing their order, they would check the price on the website, then enter it into their EDI platform. 3M's operation teams learned that sometimes discounts weren't being interpreted correctly by the distributor, which would lead to a pricing mismatch when the EDI order was entered. This caused more phone calls to customer service, more time spent on both sides, and additional cost. The idea to solve this problem came from a distributor Why not show the regular pre-discount price, then cross it out and show the discounted price like they do at a supermarket? This more consumer-style visualization turned out to be very effective. The website design teams went through about 10 iterations before bringing the final version live on the site. And when the distributors experienced it, the impact was huge. Comments and complaints about price complexity dropped massively, removing a potential source of friction and introducing an element of surprise and delight to the distributor's online experience. As we see from this example, adding value using agile methods doesn't always require a big change. Small changes can generate significant impact when multiple teams are listening, coming up with improvement ideas, and implementing the ones that work best with customers. The key is to break big challenges into smaller projects and iterate using customer signals as a guide.